Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of the
Latin
Latin
voices.
voices.
Okay, so hello everyone and welcome to today's live. Have you ever wondered? Let me just print this. So today's topic, before we go into that, today's topic is from skeptic to success, a journey to financial time freedom. And here. So have you ever wondered, is this online business thing even real, or you have a thought like it sounds too good to be true? Well, if that sounds like you, then you're in the right place. So today we are talking about something so important. How skepticism can actually be a stepping stone towards success. Let me just put the next slide. So we'll share real. Today we're gonna be sharing, a little bit, about us. I wasn't skeptical, but I think some of our members here were skeptical or have like a spouse skeptical. So we're gonna talk about that. Um, and then also, um, just stick with us for the next 12 minutes as we break down how you can turn skepticism into empowerment and walk away with the confidence to take your first step toward financial and time freedom. But before we dive into our topic for today, let's introduce ourselves. So, hi everyone, my name is Sandy. I'm the face of the Facebook business page, Sandy Caballero, Sandy to Empower Lives. I'm originally from Panama, but according to reside in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry and I'm a proud digital business owner.
Hi, everyone. My name is Yesenia. Everyone knows me as Jessie. I'm original from Cuba, but I reside in Ontario, Canada. And I'm a nurse by professional, a wife, and I'm also a digital business owner.
Hello, everyone. My name is Isabel. I'm originally from Mexico, but I live here in North Carolina, USA. I'm a wife, a mom, a grandmother, and a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hello, everyone. My name is Melissa. I'm originally from Kenya, but currently I'm living in Mexico. I'm a hotelier by profession and a proud digital business owner. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. We also want to remind everyone that every Tuesday and every Thursday we have our live webinar. So we have one tonight at 5 p.m. PST, 6 p.m. MST, and 8 p.m. EST. So if you want to learn how you can start earning online, um, and start your online business, you can register in any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. The same webinar we have watched and all the members in our community have watched that has changed so many lives and it keeps changing lives, including ours. So what are you going to watch in the webinar? Where you're going to watch how our online business plan works. And also you get to hear testimonials from our panelists, which you're going to see in a few moments. They're going to be sharing, why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has changed their life. So let's see who are the hosts and panelists for tonight's live webinar.
Okay, so today's live webinar, like Sandy mentioned, at 5 p.m. PST, 6 p.m. MST, and 8 p.m. EST. So our host for today is
Elena.
oh, I can't. You can
Yes,
barely see her down there.
yes.
Elena. She is.
She used to work two,
She
three
used
jobs.
to work 2 to 3 jobs, but now she's a job quitter thanks to this business. So this is what the business can do. We also have Kamitra. She's a former civil engineer. Tatiana is a social worker, and Iliana is a project director.
We also have Lillian. She's a data analytic statistician. We also have Shirley, is a healthcare worker. Jane, a former mortgage specialist and a realtor. And Nancy, she's a cleaning service, indoor and outdoor. And as you guys hear before, you just register on any of the links and you get access to this live webinar. And as Sandy was saying, it's the same webinar that we all watch, but I just want to remind you guys, it's live, it's not a recorder, and it's not the same webinar that you will be watching every week. It's something new. We have new people, new inquiries, and they just sharing with you how to start your own online business and why.
Thank you, Isabel. Thank you, Jesse. Yeah, so, and also I remind you that our live webinar has now subtitles in 5 languages, so Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. And if you cannot catch the live webinar tonight, that's not a problem. On that same email that you will receive from us, there's a link to catch the replay. So you watch the replay, and the replay has subtitles in any languages. In addition to that, you also get invited to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Okay, so let's dive into our topic for today. So like we mentioned before, I don't know if it's me, but it seems like it is it cut off or is just me?
No, it's okay.
I think you're good.
Okay. For some reason I see myself cut off, but I don't know. Okay. Um so today's topic is how skepticism can actually be a stepping stone towards success. So today's topic's point that we're going to be talking about will be why skepticism is normal, how to turn skepticism into empowerment, and why this business works for busy people. So let's start with the first point. So why skepticism is normal. So let's start by saying this. It's completely normal to feel skeptical, okay? It's human nature. So many of us have grown up hearing things like, if it's too good to be true, it probably is, or worrying about scams or empty promises. Um, but here is the thing, skepticism doesn't have to hold you back. In fact, it's often the first step towards asking the right question and making informed decisions. So, skepticism is not a bad thing. It means you care about your future, but instead of letting it stop you, let, let it guide you to learn more. So, let's talk a little bit about this with our co host. So, who wants to go first?
Well, Sandy, I just hearing you. When I started the business, when I was showed the business on the first time, I was one. I was really really skeptical. I probably how did I say? First of all, I didn't believe they could do this. I didn't believe on myself, and I didn't believe that I was able to do something like this. That was my first skeptical. How can I do something like that? And second skeptical was like, oh my gosh, there is a lot of things out there online, and I don't feel confident, and be a risk. When we say a risk, because we know there is out there a lot of bad people that can take advantage,
Mhm.
but I was there, and I feel it, and I know when people say wow, but like how do you say, like you have to be brave, you have to embrace your skepticism, because as you say, Sandy, skeptical is not like the end of the road. Yeah, as long as you know you're skeptical and you know your barriers, and then you start asking the right questions, why I'm skeptical, what I'm thinking this way, why I don't believe this, or why this is making me creepy, or what my bombs go up, or something like that. That's the first thing, or realizing something, asking ourselves why. And then everyone that been watching us, I always say, write in a paper. And I always put it down. I always say, okay, so this it is. And I always found, okay, so now I understand, maybe because I don't know how to do it, or maybe I had never done it before, like, and that, when you start seeing that, then you ask the right question. Then at that point, on my case, then I approach my like my, I would say, my mentor, and and I ask, hey, Can you explain me a little bit more? What do I do? And then she started guiding me a little bit. What was my next step and what I was supposed to expect, and then I realized, wow, maybe this is for me. So I really understand when people say, I'm skeptical of what you do online, and it can be double skeptical. You can have skeptical yourself, and you can have your spouses or your family members skeptical. In my case, my husband was really really skeptical. Like, I think he was the whole skeptical whole 1 year. I would say not the whole year, but he was a little bit skeptical for a long time. So I will tell you a little bit of the history. I joined the business, like I show him, like, oh wow, look at this. Maybe this is something that we can do, and maybe we can move forward our life a little bit, no? Because things were getting expensive. We didn't have enough time for ourselves. We always was working. So we need, like, if we want to create a family, or if we want to have downtime, we need to make a change. So I show him, and and he said no. This, where I'm not doing this, and you never earn online. This is a bad thing. The only way that I know to make money is when you wake up in the morning and you go to work, and you guarantee a paycheck, and this is not reliable. I cannot wait for this is not for us, and that's when I realized, oh wow, okay. And I write it down and I put my things on it. But I realized that, like, if I want a change, I need to do something, so I went to it. I did my coaching call, you know, and I got more in love of what we did, and I got in. And then after that, I told my husband, after I already been part of the business, I already started my own business. I said, "Oh, by the way, you remember that the business I was talking to you about like 2 weeks ago? I just started, and I'm going to go into it." He looked at me. He said, "You, Jesse, you crazy." Oh, but what? Why not? Everything that we do something different, we want to think that we're crazy, no? And that's okay. It's okay. And I was like, okay, at least it's not that bad. He just called me crazy. And he said, well, like, if it's up to you, it's your business, it's your life, you do what you want to do. It's up to you. So yes, I started the business, I'm doing everything. And I think the first time that he changed a little bit was after not long ago. I have started my business, that received my first paycheck. And the funny thing is, like, he's the one that pick up the mails, no? And oh, this is different. And I was like, oh, that's that one of the companies that we work with. And he looked at me and he opened his, and he was being sarcastic, guys and ladies. He was like, are you ready for like your $2 pay? And then I was like, sure, whatever is better than nothing. And when we opened and we saw the number, he was surprised. So, like, it's okay to be skeptical. I will finish with this, but don't let that skepticism stop you. It will aware, like, it will give you conscious of what you lack. So you will ask the right questions and you will take a informed decision. But skeptical is normal. It's happened to all of us in all of our kind of life. But just keep going. If you believe in something, go for it, and you will see how your life change. All right.
Thank you, Jesse.
Oh, that was really interesting. When you have a family member or maybe a friend, you know, them being skeptical is because they care. They care about you. And hence it's normal. Just the way we are saying it's normal, because I feel fear and doubt sometimes in life, it comes because of experiences that we have gone through or things we've had. Honestly speaking, the times that we are living, working in the online space is one place where people have misused it. And hence, when people hear any opportunity that is online based, the first thing that comes in their mind, like, that is not real, don't try it, it is too good to be true. because of how the online space has been used. Yeah. And there are two types of skepticism. You are either constructive. We are saying it's okay to have fear, to have doubt, which is okay, it's normal, we are saying that. But then if you're a person who is constructive, you have the right, you ask questions, like about this business. We are always showing up here, we are sharing the webinar, we have a private Facebook, we are here, you can ask questions, that is already an open door. There's nothing that is being hidden. Like, if you're a person who is skeptical and you're constructive, you're gonna ask questions, you gonna dig deeper, before you make an informed decision. That's a great way of being skeptical, because you are constructive. Or, and then the other one, which is like the limiting one, it's based on doubt, it's based on fear. You just sit and you're like, no, this is not true, this is not true, that is limiting. And you as a person, you are the one who knows yourself, your situation, where you are at this moment. So the moment you let the fear, the doubt, what people are saying, without asking questions, following up, you just make a conclusion that is not real. I cannot dare, I cannot try. And hence you get stuck there. The year goes by, maybe you are a family, you are a busy mom, a busy parent, you're looking for a flexible way, because working in the online space, you know uh, we have a lot of successful stories, in our community, of busy mom, busy parents who working in the online space has really helped them, to have a work balance life, no more missing milestones for their children. Like, this has been like the best choice they ever made. So, you're gonna be stuck there, you still crying, I don't have time for my family, my children. And yet it's because of the fear and doubts that have driven you in your heart. You've not made an informed decision, you've not asked questions. So I think, in conclusion, how I'll say it, that's the way we are saying it's normal. Be a person who is constructive, ask questions. It's only you who can help yourself. At the end of the day, it's only you. It's not your spouse, it's not. Yeah, I mean, some decisions as an adult, it's, if you feel it deeply in your heart, you want to do it, do it, and pray. I always say, put God in the picture, pray about it. Once you feel the peace in your heart, your 100%, maybe sometimes you cannot feel 100%, honestly speaking, because sometimes you have to take a leap of faith. Try, for a case, you can try, start small. You don't have to start big. You have so many options of starting out. And either way, just watching this webinar that we share here every Tuesday and Thursday is just one way of clearing your doubt, having all your questions answered, seeing real people in the community. And hence, after watching the webinar, then you can take the next step. It's small step. It's not like, we keep saying, like, when you're watching the webinar, doesn't mean that you're starting the business. It's just like, taking the first small step before deciding, yes, I want to do it. For most of us, we thought, no, 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 the online space is not for us. And just because we took that first step of watching the webinar really changed our lives. It gives us a small window of being confident. For me personally, I was not skeptical. I had been praying about it. I did my own research. I asked all the questions. So when I started the business, I knew what I was doing. Yeah, I didn't really. The only fear, should I say fear? I was like, how am I gonna do it? Because I didn't have any experience of having worked in the online space. But you see, that is something that I need to work on myself. We have the training. So as I went through the training, slowly I started having the confidence on myself. So the training is there to help you. So no prior experience you need to do the business that we do. Yeah, so taking a leap of faith and just checking out, it starts from there.
Yeah. Well, in my case, I wasn't skeptical about the business. When I found the opportunity, I had been looking for it. It appeared to me, and I was like, this is what I've been looking for. Yes, I had my fears, I had my doubts, not in the business itself, but in me, in my capability, if because I didn't know if I could do it. But when I was so excited, I registered, I watched the webinar, and I was ready to pay the membership, the $149. And I decided, well, let me mention it to my husband, just to make sure that he knows. And the first thing he said, that's a scam. He said, don't do it. It's not real. And I looked at him. I was like, wait, I didn't even finish telling him everything about the business. And he jumped ahead and said that it was a scam. And he said no. But I kept getting the emails about it, and I kept reading every one of those emails. And the more I read, the more I fell in love with the business. And I'm like, you know what, I'm going to pay the 149 because I had nothing to lose. It was just information I was going to get about the business. I had already done my research. I liked everything I saw. I'm like, I'm going to pay the 149, because I have 30 days to get it back, to get a refund if I don't like it or whatever. So I paid the 149, and it was like, okay, this is it. This is what I've been looking for. This is what I want to do. And I don't know how I'm going to do it because I don't have the experience. I don't know anything about social media, but I'm going to do it. And so I decided to invest in the business without telling my husband because he had already told me no. So, short story, when the box arrived with my product in the door, it was a big box. And he said, what is that? I was like, oh, that's because I joined the business that I talked to you about, remember? And he said, no, you didn't. I said, yes, I did. And he said, well, okay, now that you did that, you're gonna make sure that you work on that business. You're not gonna just leave it on the side like you have everything else. Because in the past, I had invested in so much stuff like, beauty products, home cooking stuff. Like I had done it all before I started doing this business, but nothing was really my thing because I'm not a salesperson. I'm not about chasing people to, hey, do you want to buy some pads and pens? Or hey, I have some makeup. So that didn't really work for me. But I started doing my business, and I've been doing it ever since. I've been doing my training. I've been doing uh, my content. I've been making connections. I've been traveling, and I'm in love with it. And I haven't changed my mind, and I'm just thankful and blessed that I took on this opportunity.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah, I was not skeptical. But we had a guest that she was skeptical, and what she did is um, she had her, I think she asked her husband to go with her on the coaching call and ask all the questions. And the
Mhm.
reason why she did that is because sometimes, um, when we are interested in something, sometimes we don't see things that other people might see. So that's why she brought someone else also with her on the coaching call, just to ask as many questions, both of them they had, so she can make a wise decision. And this is good. Like a good example of this will be, for example, when you want to buy a new house, sometimes you go and watch the house, and you get attracted by the beauty, but you don't get to see the other things. But if you have someone who can see, know from the perspective of your own eyes, they can see things that you cannot see. So it's good for that, to have to bring somebody else. So that's what she did. And then she also mentioned that um, even, like if the other person give you the point of view, you're the one at the end who takes the decision. Okay, so don't get persuaded by what they say. Just grab all the information, and then decide by yourself, if you think this is a good opportunity, or if it's not a good opportunity. But it's good, to have somebody else, if you want, as a support, to ask other questions that sometimes, you might not ask. So that's what she did. In this case was her husband. So they went both together and they asked as many questions as they had on their mind, to make the decision. And then she was able to make the decision, but she was the one who saw the opportunity. So she started her online business because, after the all the questions that they asked, she made her decision. We do have a comment here from Robert Sorel. He sent a gift, so thank you for watching and thank you for your gift. We also have some emojis here from Onsat Bag, Reburg Sorel, Danielle Pickering. So thank you for watching and thank you for your comments. Okay, so let's go into the next one. Okay, so the second point is how to turn skepticism into empowerment. So, how do you transform skepticism into success? So, here is the three-step process we have seen work time and time again. So, the first one is learn. So, ask questions, attend webinars, and do your research. So, knowledge is the power. Two, join a community. So, being surrounded by people who have been where you are can give you the clarity and confidence to move forward. And the third one, take action. So, the most important step is to start. Even small steps can lead to big changes. So, when you combine education, support, and action, skepticism become empowerment, and that's when your transformation begins. And and that's pretty much what we have what we have here. Um so if you take, if you do your research and all that, you ask your questions to be informed, and you take that action, what you're going to encounter is, all the tools to be able to succeed. You will have, the community, you will have the training that is provided to you, the step-by-step video-based training, and the support. You have a community, you have a coach, you have a mentor. But yeah, it all takes, changing, shifted from that skepticism, find information, ask the questions, like we mentioned, this member from the community who brought her husband, and to ask the questions, just to make ask as many questions they could, to make the do to do their due diligence and find out, if this opportunity was for them. So um, that's how you can take, transform, skepticism into success. So what do you think, girls?
I think that we can use this three-step process almost for everything in life, anything that we want to succeed in life can be, if you want to move from failure, if you want to, anything that you are moving to get a succeed, you can use
Mm-hmm.
this three-step. It's, I was just reading, I was like, oh my gosh, this sounds like like some good advice that we're giving here. But on our case, on this case, I would say on the business, these things came up, like when we say the three steps, you learn. How do you learn? Like I always say, information is the key. If you know your knowledge, you are ahead of everyone, and you always be ahead because you have that information, and with the information you can do anything. For example, in our business, the first thing that you have to do is, we say, like a part of the register. You're registering and you're going to watch the webinar. It's not like I'm registered and that's it. No, no, no. You're going to go and watch the 90-minute webinar. And if you don't have the chance, just send a mentions back to any of us. Hey, I'm not able to watch the webinar, or I watched it for like 10 minutes and was too long. If it's not, or I cannot do it because of work time, there is always a replay. We can always send you like the short webinar version that we have. Is and you can watch it at any time, and you learn something from it. And that learning will tell you, oh, I want to do more, or I like what I see. Oh my gosh, I can use this information, So it's something good. Always learn. And it's the first step is for free. And it's just yourself, and it's something that you always going to use it. When we say join the community, we have in the beginning, these are how do you join the community. As soon as you register in any of our links, we give you access to our private Facebook group. We have a Facebook group. It's private, and you can connect with people, or maybe they're on the first step with you, like maybe they're just joining as well, or maybe they've been there for like 5-7 years, because this community is being building through the years. It's not something that happened. This wasn't new that happened 3 months ago. We have actually a good community all around the world. And that's when you have a community, you get a support. When you get a support, you feel comfort. You don't feel alone. And that's when you don't feel alone and you feel comfort. I don't know what it is, but you feel that you can do anything. You feel like there is no limits, because you have the support. And that's us as human. That's how we are, and that's how we believe, and that's how we act. And then when we take action, that's after you get all that information and you get the support, then you're going to make a decision. And it's the one of the decision is going to be, do I pay the one, paying the 149 to get more information, or to learn more about the community, or see how things work. That's how you take action. And with taking action, like we're giving 30 days guarantee. Like you take action, and you take action, and you have 30 days to know what to do with the information. If the information that you see you don't like it, you get your money back. But at least you got the whole information, and if in the future you open a business, or you want to succeed, you can even use this information that we are giving you got it for free. So why not?
Yes, thank you, Jessie. Oh, Melissa, you're
I'm sorry for that. I love that the first step is learn, because we say learning never stops. And hence, then that means if you're skeptical, you're taking the first step of coming out from being a limiting person, to starting asking questions. Hence, you start asking constructive questions. If you are interested in starting the business, or just doing anything that, most of us sometimes we have fear and doubts. We want to try something, but there's that fear or doubt that comes in. But then if you take that first step, whether it's watching something in YouTube to get your answers, or just asking advice from someone, that's the first step of actually, getting the confidence, building your confidence to take the next step. And that's exactly what happens in this business that we do. The first step is we are inviting you to watch the webinar. So come watch the webinar. You have any questions, ask. And then we also have actually a private Facebook page where you can come and see real people. Even before you start the business, you can join the Facebook page, private Facebook page, which is, you're not paying the $149 to do that. So you already join a community, and you get to see other real people, doing the business as well. Because community is, it's something that is very, very fundamental. Keep away even the business, just being a human being. It's important to be part of a community, part of a community that is enriching you, that is growing you. And then from there you see real people, and then now your confidence is building slowly. Then now you take action. The action that you need to do here is just pay the $149, which is, for me, that is actually not a lot of money, in the times and age that you are living right now. Right now, we know people spend a lot of money in the online space. The economy has become so expensive. So, if you want to be an entrepreneur, at some point you need to take calculated risk. you need to take calculated risk. But then before you reach that point, you've asked all the questions, you've connected with other people, and then hence now before you make take that action, you are already confident. You are already confident before going further into the business opportunity that we are sharing to you.
Thank you, Melissa.
Yeah, I think that it's always good when you're interested in anything in life to do your own research and to get as much information as you can about the topic. Um, for us, like for this business, when you register and watch the webinar, this gives you the knowledge to make an informed decision about whether you want to do this business or not. Because it doesn't do any good if you register but you don't watch the information, because at the end you're not going to learn anything. um, and that's the first step to start the business is to watch the full webinar. And a lot of people say they don't have the time, but if you're really tired of the life that you have and you want to change, you really are into making a change, you're going to have the time to watch it, because the information is very valuable, and that's how you're going to learn what is it that we're offering you. And plus, we have a large community of people from around the globe that came into this business without having any experience, a lot without knowing the language. And they have made it a way to be successful in this business. So this business that we're offering you is something real, something that has changed so many lives, and that has given families the freedom, the quality time that they wanted. Because a lot of our business owners, that they were making good money, but they didn't have the time to be with the family, so that's why they decided to join the business. So I would say, if you are the kind of person who's skeptical, do your due diligence, do your research, register and watch the webinar, and then from there you can make an informed decision whether you want to join this business or not. But take action. Don't just leave it at, well, I'll think about it, because you need to take action, register, and actually watch the information.
Thank you, Isabel. Okay, so we do have a comment here for Melissa. It says, your stay is from Fix Her Crown Friends. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your comment. You're staying
Oh,
busy,
hi.
Melissa. Keep going and keep growing, girlfriend.
Thank you.
We also have more emojis. We have from Bill and Jen, Fix Her Crown Friends, let's see, and Hamlet is. So thank you for your emojis. Thank you
Thank you.
for
Thank
watching.
you.
Okay, so let's go into the next one. Okay, so why this business works for busy people? Okay, so one of the biggest concerns we hear is, I'm so busy. How will I ever find time for this? And we totally get that. Many of us are juggling full time jobs, kids, and so many responsibilities. But the beauty of this business, it is its flexibility. So you can work from anywhere at any time. So whether you are a parent, a full-time employee, or someone with a packed schedule, this business adapts to you and not the other way around. So, and the other point is, with an automated system and a step-by-step training, you don't have to be a tech expert or give up hours for your day. You can build something meaningful in the time you have and create the freedom you want. That's one of the things that we love about this online business opportunity, the automated system. And the other one that I added is that because of this, for busy people, you can learn at your own pace. So that's the other thing that we really love about this business. It adapts to you. Okay, so I'll let the other co-hosts talk about this.
Sandy, this business, you work for busy people. I will say that, and I don't know how you say that word. Like I can talk about it. Like how do you say that? Like I don't know. Anyways,
Say in Spanish.
oh,
The Spanish.
like I'm a light, like I can talk about this because I was really busy. As a nurse, I was working all the time. I was part time, so I was picking up shift like crazy. So my schedule were not like a consistent as the other full times. So I was working days, nights, afternoons. It was crazy. So it didn't match up with my husband's schedule, and life was just going like everyone life, when you get to the point that you just repeating, and you don't feel comfort of living, because you're just doing the same thing, and you don't feel reward. So I was at work all the time, so I was busy, busy, busy. No time for myself, no time for my family, for my husband, to spend with them, and barely have time to take time off. It was so hard. 2021 after the COVID, was still COVID, but we already knew what was COVID. We were getting vaccines and things, and I wasn't able to. After all that scare from COVID, I was not able to go back home, to see my family, because I haven't seen them for a whole year. Plus, COVID happened, and like you want to see, like when something like that happened, all in the whole world, you want to be in touch with the people that you love the most, and
Mhm.
I didn't have time off because I was part-time, and they were basing like this is our life today, as a nerd. They base your full time, like your time off with the full timers, so they just get 10 days. 10 days is not good enough for us immigrant to go to see our family, and they are not giving you the whole 10 days. They're giving you 4 days, 2 day work, and then they give you 4 days off, and then they give you the other 2 more days, to complete the 10 days. So that was not enough for me, and I need something, and that's what I was saying. Like if I did it, I make it happen on that stage of my life. Like I make happen this business. You can do it. You can. They're just watching me. I'm telling you, you can do this business, because I was able to. I was able to start my business and move forward because, as Sandy said, the flexibility. I was at work on my break. I was interacting on my business. I was learning. I was watching the videos, watching webinars. I was learning. That's what we're talking most about today. So that's what the flexibility give me, because if I have opened a coffee shop, I will not have the flexibility. I had to be on my coffee shop, to making sure that was making money. But I was at work working as a nurse, and I was earning online. That flexibility. Like I just needed my phone, you know, because technology and like internet is so well developed these days that we need to take advantage of this. Why not?
Mhm.
And I love the automation because sometimes with my weird schedule, I didn't were people interested in the business, but I didn't have enough time because I was new and I was learning to reply to those people, to making sure they were, I was answering all the questions they have. So if the automation that this business offer, I will not be where I am right now in my business, because as soon as they registered, they were receiving emails, they
Mhm.
were receiving things, and I'm so blessed that happened. This happening in my business, and it happening in all of our business. That we can offer that. It's just make my smile, you know, and it make you as a new owner that don't have no experience on the online space. Your business go easier. They go more smooth because you get the automation system. You get that, I would say, like buffer that help you a little bit, and then learn our at your own space is our training. I think we're all talk about this. Oh, what happened? Do I live?
Yeah, you're still live.
Okay. Sorry guys, for a second it freeze. So I was talking about our training, learn at your own space, because our training is so well developed for it. it fixed to anyone that doesn't have, like me, they didn't have an idea what we were like, what I was doing. They didn't have no experience on selling, didn't have no experience on business online, or even having a business. So it took time, to get used to that. But I did it on my own space. I did it on my in my own time, and it worked. So I'm telling you guys, ladies, if I was able to make it, and I'm not a mother, so we will hear more from Isa how she did it. But if I was able to make it with that busy schedule, you can do it for sure.
Thank you, Jessie.
Yeah, talking of flexibility, I remember in my 20s when I left my country, Kenya, and then I went to work in the Middle East in the hotel industry. I was super excited. It was my first time leaving my country. And then the hospitality industry is also very busy as well. So I was working, I was excited, and I didn't have a problem working 12 hours in a day. Because for me, it was money. I need money, I need money. But then I realized now when I was in my 30s, I started getting tired. I started thinking about life, future, and I started, in fact, missing my family, because then that means working in the hospitality industry in the Middle East, in Dubai, I had to only visit back my family after 2 years. That is when the company will pay for me the flight ticket. But if I need to go every year, I need to pay for myself. I need to pay for myself. But then the schedule that the company will give me will not align with the timings that I can be able to see everyone. For example, holidays like Christmas, Easter, forget about it. That's when the industry is very busy. Yet back at home, that's when the family is together. So I started looking for something, but I tried, doing some small business while I'm far, but then it didn't work. And then now moving to Mexico, and now really thinking hard about it. Now I'm married, I'm thinking like I can't just be, out there working the whole day. I'm still adjusting to a new country. So the whole thing about flexibility was actually one of my, let me say, my second idea of the business that I was looking for. I really, really wanted flexibility. And hence this business opportunity, the way I've seen it has changed so many people's life. It has changed my life as well. Today is a weekday, right? And we are doing this go live. Back then I couldn't do this because the shifts keep changing randomly. Maybe this week I'm working very early in the morning, the next time I'm working at night. And beside that, because of changing shifts, that was also starting to affect my health as well. Very bad sleeping patterns, no appetite to eat. Those are signs that your body is not functioning well. You're working so hard, and at the same time you're neglecting your health part. And also family and connecting with people, community is very, very important. But the beauty of this business is that there is that flexibility. You've seen people's lives being changed through this business. Talking about automation, I really didn't know so much about that until I started this business. So that was just like something that I started learning. And when I started seeing, wow, this works. Like someone has just registered in my website, I have a lead. It's very early in the morning, I've just woken up, and there's a business inquiry. I was like, wow. Thanks to technology, that you can have business partners globally from any part of the country. Just people inquiring about the business. Talk about flexibility and bringing in the aspect of automation. Learn at your own pace. We have a very comprehensive training. Well, it's not very hard actually. Right now, the end of last year we updated our training. And right now I am, I hear some business partners saying, wow, anyone who is starting this business at this time, like they are blessed. Because for some business partners who've been there for like maybe 6 7 years, they really didn't enjoy this kind of things. Have daily drop-ins every day actually. So many topics. We have upgraded our training. You have mentorship. You have someone who can guide you. I have a mentor. My mentor is all the way from UK. Actually, we've never met. All of us here, we have someone who is guiding us. And then the training, you learn it at your own pace. When I started my training, I was doing it slowly. I was trying to understand. And even up to today, I still go back and check the training because, working in the online space, social media keeps changing. New things keep coming, and that's a way of learning. Being an entrepreneur, you need to keep learning, otherwise you're going to be left behind. So this is your business. You learn at your own pace. You are your own boss. If you want to show up for your business 1 hour in a day, that's enough. 1 hour in a week, no one is going to ask you anything. No one is going to ask you. But I think the good thing also I love is that you have a community that is motivating you. It's encouraging you to keep showing up for your business. Yes, it's your business, but you need to show up for your business as well. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Thank you, Melissa.
Yeah, talking about flexibility, I can really talk from experience because when I first started this business, I was working a full-time job. And plus, I was still doing all the chores at the house, taking care of the family and making sure that all the needs were met for them. And it's so true. You can really do this business and have a full-time job, have a family. A lot of times I stayed up late at night doing my training and stuff, but I still did it. And I did it at my own pace because everybody has a different lifestyle. So some people are, stay at home moms, and so they try to schedule their business around their family, around their kids or whatever. But my situation was different because I was working a full time. So from the morning, I used to get here in the afternoons, and quickly cook meals and take care of the family. And after that, I used to do my training. But I was always looking forward to doing my training because I knew I was going to learn something new, and that really kept me going because it felt so good learning, learning something different and feeling that you were achieving things that you didn't think before, that because before I was in a routine where I just come home and, after we ate, after everything was done, we used to just chill, sit in the sofa, watch a movie or whatever. And now I was doing something actually that was benefiting me. I was learning a lot. So that was really helpful for me. And then the automation system, well, with the automation system running 24/7 for us, we don't have to worry about a lot of the marketing because it's done for us. And sometimes we're out with the family, on a trip, having fun while we sleep. And then in the morning, we have notifications about, our business. And that's the beauty of having an automated system, that works for you, that works behind the scenes, and you don't have to worry about. So I think it's very important that we have the training available to us 24/7 because that way, you can learn at your own pace from wherever you are. A lot of times, we're busy, we're doing things, and we have to like maybe leave the house early to beat traffic to pick up the kids. Well, maybe when you're sitting in the parking lot, maybe you can do your training, or maybe you can work on your business, reply to emails, inquiries, or whatever. So is the beauty of this is that you can take it wherever you go. It's portable, and you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to be at home to do your business. You can do it from anywhere. And I really enjoy that because I'm busy with my son, or sometimes I have to go take care of my grandson, and wherever I go, I have my business with me, and I don't have to worry about I have to get home and do something. So that's all I wanted to add.
Thank you, Isabel. Yeah. Well, I don't have too much to add because you guys pretty much touch a little bit. But I can say, coming from my coming from the film industry, I'm used to having my phone all the time and like check emails, because things change at the last minute and then you have to react. So when I found out about this business, that the portability of the business, that's something that I really love because I can carry that with me, like if you're traveling, for example, Isabel was saying about doing the training, like if you're sitting at the airport waiting for your to go into the airplane, you can do your training on your phone. And if you have your laptop, you can do it on the laptop. So the portability of the business for busy people, is really amazing, because you can have your phone or your laptop and do your training, or if somebody's asking, for example, when I was traveling, sometimes I had questions that someone needed help, I can help them, even though, I'm not in my home, I can, as long as I have internet and I have, my phone or my laptop, I can help them and answer the questions. And the automated system, I was like, Melissa, I didn't know anything about automated system. So that was something new that I learned when I came to this business. And it's something amazing because it works behind the scenes for you, so you don't have to worry, like you wake up and you got a lead or something, so that's amazing feeling. um it kind of, you get like a, not addicted, but like when you hear the notification ting, you're like so excited and checking the phone. So, but yeah, it's amazing. So it is tailored for for busy people. It adapts to your schedule and not the other way around. And that's what I love and we love about this business. The flexibility, automated system, the learning that, like Melissa also mentioned about the training that we have today. It's amazing, and it's also available in other languages. For example, those they speak Spanish, now it's available in Spanish, so now you can have access to a training in your language. So that is amazing because before we didn't have that. So that's a lot of things that it is available for busy people. You can do and learn uh, at your own pace, and in your own language. If you speak Spanish, you can learn in Spanish, or if you speak a other language, there's couple. It's not available yet in all the language, but there's some languages that you have the training already in that language, so you can watch it at that language. I know Spanish is one of them. I believe French and Vietnamese, and I think Farsi, but I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, so I think we have talked a lot about this. So let's move on. Okay, okay. So here's the question for you. So what's holding you back? So if you haven't sitting on the sidelines wondering if this is for you, let today be the day. Sorry, let today be the day you take the first step. So reach out to us and ask your questions and learn more about how this business can work for your unique situation. Our inbox is open and we are here to help you. So every step of the way. See, the only thing standing between you and the life you want is taking action. Okay, so don't let fear or doubt hold you back. Your future self will thank you. So that's what we want to say. And then, we are going to talk about the topic for next Thursday. But before we go into that, if you want to start your online business, and start earning online, you can register in any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar, the same webinar that we have watched, and that many of the community have watched. Like we mentioned before, but for those who haven't seen us since the beginning, the webinar will explain how our business plan works. And also you get to hear the testimonials from the panelists, where they will be sharing, why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. In addition to that, so today we have a webinar actually at 5 p.m. PST, 6 p.m. MST, and 8 p.m. EST. So if for any reasons you cannot make it for tonight's live webinar, that's not a problem. On the same email that you will receive from us, that email will have a replay link, so you can catch the replay of tonight's live webinar. In addition to that, you also get invited to our private Facebook group, where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. But let's find out who are the hosts and panelists for tonight's live webinar.
Okay, for tonight's webinar, which is happening today, we have the host and the panelist, and our host today is Elena, 2 to 3 jobs to job quitter. She's a job quitter, so she had almost 3 jobs, and now she's a job quitter in running this digital business. We also have Iliana, who is a project director. We have Lillian, who is a data analyst, statistician. We have Cheryl, healthcare worker.
We also have former Kamitra. She's a former civil engineer. We also have Tatiana, social worker. Nancy, she's a cleaning service indoor and outdoor. And we also have Jen, a former mortgage specialist and realtor.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Jesse. Yes, so like we mentioned, no, the live webinar has now subtitles in 5 languages, so the Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. And if you cannot catch our live for tonight, that's not a problem. So you can catch the replay, and our replay has subtitles in any languages. And as you see, we have a job quitter in the house for tonight. And also, we can see that all different walks of life and professions, uh, decided to take that leap of faith and transform their lives. Okay, so let's go into our topic for next Thursday. Okay, so before we go, we're so excited to announce our next live for next Thursday. So the topic is time freedom for busy lives. So why online business is perfect for Latinos. So we'll dive into how this business can help you reclaim your time, even with a busy schedule. So mark your calendar. You don't want to miss it for next Thursday. So make sure you put it on your calendar. So thank you so much for joining us today. And remember, the journey from skepticism to success starts with one step. Take that step, and we'll see you at the top. So I want to say thank you to all of our viewers that watch us today, and for those catching the replay, thank you so much. Also, to our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for engaging with our content, and for all the support and for believing in us. For those who doesn't follow us on our Facebook business page, you can follow us on the top here. So you get to know us a little bit more, and the content that we post in our pages, and about the opportunity that we are showing you. So thank you everyone for all your emojis and all your comments, and for being here with us today. Thank you so much. And that's it for today. I want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Thursday, or Friday for some part of the world. And until the next episode of the
Latin
Latin
Voices.